So we are in Shana Rabbah going into Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah. So whoever wants to, just to have a little food for thought, dial into where it's at, where's the sensitivity of the Yom Tov. So we're talking about the whole Yom Tov Sukkahs. We're dealing with sitting in huts, and then the lulav, the esrog, shaking, the trees, the sounds, moving from side to side, pulling down hashpa, shefa, removing toxic stuff, toxins. It sounds like a bit of energy war going on, like very intense work done by the masses, like a whole tribe, a whole chunk of people that are moving stuff around daily on every level, and whatever level you're plugged into, are stopping and doing one thing, and just moving and connecting and sending away. So these are very interesting, powerful times in the year and the moment that we live in. In other words, that's not what we do at this time of the year. That's what happens this time of the year. This time of the year, it shows up with a lulav, the esrog, the shanas. It's like the shaking, the sound of the tree. It's like a rattle. Esrog. This is how the energy shows up. This is how it shows up this time of the year in Sukkot. It's a beautiful, very, very powerful time. It's green. It's deep. It shows up. This is how it chooses. This is the channel that comes in on Sukkot. What powerful, amazing time. And if we pay attention to the weather going from the beginning to the end, we can just say, as some people say, yeah, wow, just amazing what the weather cleared up. But if you understand what's going on, that looking at it from bottom up, from top down, from both sides, understanding that when something happens in the physical, and weather is not even such a physical thing to begin with, it's more of a whole ruach thing. It's the wind, it's the rain. It's not something that is chomer. That's kind of like tangible. It's tangible, in a very interesting way. It seeps through the body. It softens the body. The chomer gets dissolves a bit. The rain cleans, because before the rain, all the antennas are up and they're all over the place, and we're still not mindful, so we're not aware that it gets so heavy sometimes, the noise. So the rain stops that, all the crisscrossing and all the what's the right word? All the geometries, all the images that move, the way energy shows up. It stops everything. It's like taking a shower. It's like going to the mikveh. You're cleaning your energy field. You're cleaning your makiv. We're in the makiv. So when you go to the mikveh, you shut down, and the rain does the same thing for the person as sometimes in the year, which is ear for sure. It's said that this is the gishma bracha. All the gishmas are brachas. Depends where you're at, right? And then when it doesn't do that, it cleans the world. It shuts down. It stops the noise. So it gets a little cooler, or the coolness breaks. It gets a little warmer. Depends where it needs to be. And exactly the way the weather is, that plays a role. It's almost like when you have the supercomputer, a computer, every computer, but the big computers have a whole room of cooling systems. It has to be kept a certain way, so it can process the information. It can hold this delicate information. So we're also in the temperature, where it's the place where we're at that time of the year. It's the kalt chodesh, the Eisel, these months happen, and the heat, these months happen, and the cold, and that is what it plays a role in keeping the system cooled off, or to best process this type of what message that needs to come in. And if sometimes it gets too hot and you're in a deep process, then maybe the diet is too heavy. Maybe what it's calling for is a lighter diet, more foods, more greens, so on and so forth. right? So it wasn't. We don't need. I mean, sometimes it gets very hot because the message gets very deep. Okay, so we have the air conditioner, which back in the day it wasn't, but it was just Matzchanatzig gave them. They worked with it. So I'm talking about the Shanas. Back to the Shanas for a minute because I want to wrap this with some Torah. I want to keep it to the point. So one of the Shanas here, we're talking about the words that are being said is like it's amazing. We're talking here about he gave a command to wash the hand and the feet when you come in Besamikdash for l'cholas arif and the cholas, which how much he wants this connection of ava, of connection. So when you go into your Besamikdash and then you wash your hands, keep your hands clean. What is it? What does it do when you wash your hands? What's the whole thing? Once again, it's your hands are plugged in, and the same way your brain thinks, your hands also do, and they also receive, because they are out there. They're receiving. It's like a sensor of certain animals that have the sensor of the tongue, like those that sing. They have different ways. This is the hands. They're the sensors. They go out in this particular case. So as you want to go from one to the other to eat, so you clean your hands. So you clean that chunk of energy off, so you can be more sensitive to receiving, or to where it's at, to detect where it's at. When they cross through the Yarden, the Wasser hat sich zerschnitten. What does that mean? Because Maim goes in every level. It's also Maim Rabim, which is the Dagas Apanos and all that. If you choose to go through the Yarden, if you choose to walk through, it's going to split for you. That's what it's saying over here. Hoy Shaina. And Hoy Shaina is screaming out from the Tifnish, from the heart. It's a sound. It's a Hoy Shaina. That's what's brought down on the Swarm. It's just a sound, brought down from Chaim Vital, it's just a sound that the way, in order to express the depth of the heart, the nekev of the heart, the hole in the heart, that the breath goes through, that is through Hoy Shaina. That's the sound. That's the vibration. Hoy Shaina, Hoy Shaina. Sending a signal in words, but it's a sound. It goes up. And it triggers that greenery. It goes together with the ganze image, with the ganze picture, with the sukkah, the ganze energy work. So, what a powerful day. So going through, those are time with all rights that when you hit the shinas, the air from the wind that comes back up, that's the neshikin, that's like the kiss, the energy comes back, that's what he says. So just bringing it into language that we understand what that means. What does it mean? Okay, so from there we're going into, and then immediately it's raining today. It's not a coincidence, but like, is it not a coincidence? What does that mean? Stamazay, not to get too, but to get very carried away. If everything is connected, then everything is connected. But maybe not so intense. Okay, so it's as far as you want to go with it. As real as you want to step into it. But at least for the next 2 days, get into it. Because you're in the sukkah, you're in the makav, you're protected. Now bringing it into Simchas Torah, which is Matans Mida Torah. Ultimately, after the whole avodah, it comes down to it's a process of elimination. We started from the top down. We're bringing down this oil. Now we're getting into our sense of self, Yechida, Shebenefesh, and it's like, who am I? What am I? What pulses? What pulses through my chest? Torah, and this is who I am. It's from that consciousness, and from that place, you dance with the Torah. Tzigemacht. It does not matter. The Torah is not being matantish with the Torah offen erheit. It's Tzigemacht. Doesn't matter where today's the Simchas Torah is for all, because ultimately wherever you are you're on your journey. That's not where you're stuck. That's your journey. That doesn't define who you are. That just says finally that you know what you need to do, and you can choose where you want to go with it. So Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah, so we're dancing Matans Mida Torah, because of just the Torah Magatir and Zibmu, You walk around. There are 7 akafas, 7 times 3 or whatever it is. But it's 7. That is for the 7 midas. Each midah, chesed, gvura, tiferes. Look how real this gets. Like, what am I really doing over here? We're walking around the bima, and what's the purpose? Because I am working on the midas. It's almost like you know, different breaths will take you in different 3 and 4 different codes. Will take you to a different place, different way of opening the block, the doors that are closed, opening up the channels. Walking around the bima does that. It opens up the channels. So working on the chesed, the gvura, tiferes, and on the 7 midas. And the Rebbe says, Chabad, Chassidus says, Simchas Torah is not even a mitzvah, it's like it's a minig. It's something that we do. Hanaga, which means also it's a fitz, it's a balagula, haga, it's a food, it's a certain vibration, very powerful. Because it demands nothing. We're mamash getting into netzacha, the 2 feet, and we just walk. You don't need to understand nothing, and just walk, just arm. That activates, it heats up, it fires up the legs, it fires up the feet, it fires up your netzachot, and netzachot will give you the koyach and the power to netzach, to just be victorious. To have a day, to have an hour, and sometimes a day that if one can feel fully confident and present with self, that's a lot of power. That is a lot of work. To be present for one day. Imagine you have to hold your back, sit up straight with your back straight. How long can you do that before you start collapsing? Realizing that you're collapsing, and then at some point you don't even know, because you can't hold. So too, it's hard to hold, be present all day, not to get triggered, not to feel like a victim, not to get angry. Cheshbon is to send, to receive, to create and send out. It's the same thing. Whatever you're thinking, you're creating. That's your reality. And how many people are you going to pull into your reality? And how many people are going to go to that reality? So anyways, that's a separate thing. Just putting it out there so you understand that it exists. So, Simchas Torah, dancing with the Torah just because, and you have to say l'chaim. And don't be childish that you're getting drunk and you're opening up your heart. You don't have to go crazy. You have to go very crazy, but with a seder. So you drink and you allow it, you drink some water with that, you allow it to integrate, to open up. And once that is, you go for more. You can make kiddush on and then just go slowly from there. But anyways, I'm just sharing tips from the people that know how to drink, because here they know how to drink. It's an art. It's not really a malacha. If you turn it into malacha, that's the problem. It has to be smooth. So, Ruach HaKodesh Olav Il. We're talking about Ruach HaKodesh. All your thoughts are going to be channeled through Ruach HaKodesh, the Heilige Spirit, the Heilige Wind. Now the wind is sometimes noisy, it's unfiltered, it's staticky, it's in separation. But this is with Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit. And this is only positive. This gives you the power to channel, to process, to activate positive energy, like an igniter in your head, the back of the head. So we'll go through the first half of the Yom Tov, we're processing the head, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, the body, the nefesh, and then Sukkot, we're going in the whole Makiv, and then we're activating the legs from bottom up, and by the time you walk out, there is no excuses why you can't march forward full of power into who you are, which is ultimately everything and anything is your success, your connection with your family. Whatever family is, and there's levels. Some we have to love just because. That's the netzach. No thinking. There's no rationale to it. And by doing the akafas, walking around celebrating with Simchas Torah and Simchas Torah, that will give you the power to hold that, to be in connection, to be in love just because, for no reason. And sometimes the reason is the complete opposite. It triggers. because when you take it up to the heart center, to your inner child, no, there's resistance. I don't want to be in connection with that, so you have to go back to your legs, and of course, with it has to be done responsibly. It's not talking about just being a shmatan, but just giving you the concepts, you understand. So from there we have, I don't remember where we gehalten, but we were going through from the legs. We activated the head, plain love, loving for no reason. Then we have, I don't remember the side there, but then you have the love for a reason, real connection from the heart. And then there's the intellect. Okay. It is what it is. I think I wanted to elaborate on it more, but this is it. This is it for now. So have an awesome Yom Tov. Keep moving. Be happy, seriously happy, whatever that means. As innocent as it's not easy to be happy. It's a tough avoid. The Sukkot is not easy. The first couple of days are not easy. It's fighting you, because it's a real process. It's not just it's really there we're doing the work, so you're in the work, so you're feeling the resistance, because it's here to teach you something. It's here to bring tshuva. It's here to bring you back into your center, into your presence. It's to who you really are. So the rain. So now we get today all with the water. Let me finish up with that. The Ganze Shana is with the water. The Nachal were asking for water today, up and water down. They keep going with the water. Mayim, shoy, mayim. And immediately the rain comes, and it was just like a soft rain today. Tomorrow we're going to bench Geshem. We know what Geshem is. If it rains down here, it rains everywhere. It doesn't just start here. Everything. It goes in from nothing to something to something. It's a gas. It's a this. I get it. It's an energy. And then over here magically it turns into water, because we are in time and space. It shows up as water. That means that he's cleaning. The energies are getting cleaned. We're asking for Geshem. So even if it rains or it doesn't rain, it's there. It's happening in your machshava. And then if it physically comes down, then wow, how close are we to get what you ask for? Even if it's not so personal to you, but because it's a global thing, so it doesn't rain, it does rain. But it just shows where it's at, where I need to be for my own personal, where I need to, not my needs, rather for what I need to do to accomplish, to become what I need to become. So it's still an ego, but it's not, you're taking out the unhealthy connection from it. You're doing it from the intellect, not from a connection, unhealthy connection. So we're going. So we have the water. We're asking for the water, cleaning, and then we're dancing. Have an awesome Yom Tov. Fine.